Hello everyone, I am Professor Shamal Patil. In today's class, we are going to learn about the format of statements of assets and liabilities. So before we start today's class, let us just revise what we have learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we were discussing about the steps in financial statements analysis. There are two steps in financial statements analysis. First one is methodical classification and arrangement of data, and second one application of various tools. Methodical classification and arrangement of data is nothing but whatever figures given in the financial statements, those figures first will be classified and the same classification will be used in the preparation of the proper format of income statement as well as balance sheet. Okay, it is also called as conversion of T format of income statement and balance sheet into the vertical format of income statement and balance sheet. Okay, so this is the vertical format of income statement. Already we have discussed this in the previous class. So today let's discuss about the format of balance sheet, that is the format of statement of assets and liabilities. Statements of assets and liabilities is divided into two parts. First part is equity and liabilities and second part is assets. In equity and liabilities, first point is shareholders funds. Okay, so here we have to take the schedules. First one is shareholders funds. In that we have share capital and reserves and surplus. One point we should keep in mind that for all these points given in the balance sheet, separate note we have to prepare and the total of each note we have to take in the balance sheet. Okay, so for example, say share capital. So the share capital amount is nothing but the total of equity share and preference share capital. Okay, the same is the case with reserves and surplus. We have to make the total of all the reserves, that is capital reserve, general reserve, etc., and the surplus for the year. Total of this is nothing but reserves and surplus. Okay, so the aggregate of share capital and reserves and surplus is nothing but shareholders funds. We have to make the total and that total we have to take it in outer column. Okay, the second point is non-current liabilities, which is nothing but long-term liabilities. In that we have long-term borrowings from financial institutions. Take the total of long-term borrowings given in the problem, then other long-term liabilities and long-term provisions. Aggregate of these three is nothing but non-current liabilities. Okay, and the last one is current liabilities. Current liabilities are nothing but these are the liabilities which we have to repay within a short period of time, that is that short period is nothing but 1 year. So any liabilities which can be repaid within 1 year, such liabilities are called as current liabilities. Okay, in that first one is short term borrowings, then trade payables, other current liabilities and short term provisions. Okay, so make the total of each individual point, take it in the inner column of balance sheet, and the total of this inner column is nothing but your total current liabilities. Okay, and the aggregate of these first 3 points, that is shareholders fund, non-current liabilities and current liabilities, is nothing but the total of equity and liabilities. Okay, the second one is assets. The second part of balance sheet is assets. In asset we have first point is non-current asset. In that sub point is fixed asset. Fixed assets are divided into two types. First one is tangible assets, second one is intangible assets. In tangible assets we have to take the total of all tangible asset, that is machinery, furniture, vehicle, after deducting their depreciation amount. And intangible assets are nothing but the total of all intangible assets, which includes patents, rights, goodwill, that is copyrights, etc., will be your non intangible assets. Okay, next one is non-current investment. Take the total of non-current investment, that is long-term investment, and if there are any other non-current assets, take all those non-current assets in this point. And the last one is long-term loans and advances. Okay, make the total of the inner column and take it in outer column, that will be the total of non-current assets. After that we have to take all current assets. Okay, in current assets we have current investments, then inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, short-term loans and advances, and other current assets. The total of this is current asset. Okay, and the aggregate of non-current assets and current asset is the total assets of the firm. So this is the format of balance sheet which we are going to use in the application of various tools and techniques. I hope you have understood the format. In the next class, we will be discussing about the application of various tools and techniques of financial statement analysis. Thank you.